Yes, it's underway. Michael Crutch and myself, John Devine, we're in for an absolute ding-dong battle. Shalom and St. Pat's prior to this game was also a crackerjack game, and this one will be no less.
Yeah, this is where it gets really busy for Confro as a penalty comes to St. Mary's. This is what they call Heartbreak Tuesday, the Confraternity Shield quarterfinals here. We've got 4 quarters happening right now on the 4 fields across his complex. So this is where the campaign to win the Shield can live and die on a Tuesday afternoon. Tomorrow's a rest day, Thursday semis, Friday is the finals. We have got 2 former Confro Shield champions out here. St. Brendan's in the green and gold, the most successful team in Confro history, 13 Shield wins. St. Mary's Toowoomba, the school of Jonathan Thurston, who were the 2018 champions in Charters Towers, a team captained by West Tigers hooker now Jake Simpkin. So 2 very proud Confraternity Shield teams. So we see a turnover. So one of them will be out of the running for the Shield after this game today. So This is what we talk about, Heartbreak Tuesday, the 4th game in 2 days, and your hopes of winning the Shield rest on winning the quarterfinal on Tuesday afternoon.
Jay Pruser comes up with an error, and that allows St. Brendan to go with Connor Hines. Good carry there from the Hayden Franks. St. Brendan's coached by Scott Minto. And Luke Dugan is in charge of the St. Mary's side from Toowoomba. So 22 metres out from the try line. Lasker looks for options. That Lasker, that name rings a bell. Half a gap trying to get over. Has to offload. Oh, cover defence comes across here and denies Banjo Walker from scoring. But there's that name Lasker. Why do I remember that name?
Because you call rugby
Lasker?
league non-stop around the year.
Probably. Alistair Lasker. I'm sure he played in Confro in... Oh, maybe... Well, there's obviously no players here from 2019. Maybe he played last year at Iona.
Could definitely. We've got some players back from last year. Just some bit of context around the game. St. Brendan's, who said the last time they won the Shield was in 2015. This is a big game for them because they remember the last quarterfinals, which were held in 2019. They went into that game and they led Padua at half-time by 16-0. And they lost that game. Or they didn't lose the game. They drew it, but Padua advanced on more tries. So no one knows better Heartbreak Tuesday than St. Brendan's. They've lived this for 3 years, knowing that they want to atone today. And one of the key hopes for them will be this man with the ball, Matthew Hill. He lit up Confro last year in Iona. He's contracted to the Melbourne Storm, one of a few players in this Brendan's team who have NRL deals. Mackenzie Nixon and Tavita Panaya, both with the North Queensland Cowboys. But certainly Matthew Hill comes up regularly in the players to watch when Confro's mentioned.
Yeah, one of the first games I mentioned to you that I recall from Bundaberg, what a game of rugby league it was. I think it was actually, it might have been 18-0. I don't want to correct you and be pedantic about it, but it was just in 18-0, it's just a bridge too far, you would think, of Padua, the comeback kids. They did it yesterday as well to force a 16-all draw in that game against, you'll be able to tell me that.
Against Marymount yesterday.
That's right, against Matt Guy's side.
You're right, it was 18-0 because the end it was 18-all, 4 tries to 3 to Padua, and they advanced on that. And I think there were some, some regrets from Brendan's at the time about the way that second half panned out for them, as we see St. Mary's with an error. St. Mary's have come out, of course, of South East Queensland. South East Queensland, I think from memory, has only had 1 Confro winner since 2005, and that was Mary's in 2018. So the South East Queensland teams would love to get one back over the Central and North Queensland teams. They're coming up against the St. Brendan's side that's only allowed 2 tries in this competition so far, both to Marymount in the last pool game, and one of those came after the siren. So Brendan's defence has been good. That'll help them immensely if they plan to go deep into the week. So
4-2 layout from the back of the scrum. And dart from dummy half, and the wingers trying to muscle away. Gets close to the line. There's Banjo Walker. It's with Miller. Panaya drives towards the left-hand upright. Quick play of the ball. Here he comes now as Lasker. They go to the left-hand side. They've got numbers. Catch and pass. All they need to do, show and go. Matthew Hill. Matthew Hill, Michael Crutcher. You mentioned the man who's got the ability. He's got a contract and he's got a 4-pointer.
You just sort of knew when he got that ball he was going to go himself. He's got the moves, you could see it. He's got the moves, he's got the speed. Lovely ball and shape out to the left. And there he is. Dummies, steps, jinks, and you can tell why NRL clubs are interested in someone who can move like that. So Brendan's gets first points here against St Mary's.
And then combinations, you talk about combinations. We'll have a look at that try again shortly, but the man on the inside, it might have been the halfback for St Mary's, I think, in Jake Jury. He went to the right-hand side. He should have stuck with his man. He still had enough cattle out to the right-hand side to cover a pass from Hill. Hill didn't pass it. A tackle had to be made, and unfortunately, this is something that comes with combinations. But he's also he's a lethal weapon as Miller. So it's Hill.
And that's what those good players do. They create the uncertainty in those defensive line. They will know that he's a player to stop, but you've got to stop him.
Might fall short because of the breeze or goes way to the right.
And we've got some other quarterfinals, as we mentioned. All 4 quarters are being played right now. Over on field 6, we've got Ignatius Park, who have won their 3 pool games that combined 122-0. They have scored early against Iona. They lead Iona 4 points to 0, and they're on the charge again. We can see from down here, inside ball, chalk down another try to Ignatius Park College, who will go in front here, I'd say 10-0 after they score near the post. So we'll keep an eye on these other games as well, just to see who may be going through to the semi-finals on Thursday.
Tavita Panea gets to the 20, and something that Brian Pollock mentioned, if you can get to that 20-metre line with your first carry, job's done by your front rowers. So Brunker still driving with the legs and the orange boots, and then finally gets rolled over, and it's a penalty. I think it's probably getting above the horizontal, although it was only about 2 foot off the ground. Lasker was looking for a quick tap.
Early try to Marymount College against the Cathedral College. Marymount lead 4 points to 0 on field 2, and you can watch all of these games on the live stream access on the Confraternity Carnival website. So fields 1, 2, 5 and 6 are your Confraternity Shield live streams right now.
Ball back inside there to Hayden Franks. Yes, those streams brought to you by Central Queensland University, Struddies and Red Corner. As we look for Connor Hines. St Mary's College Toowoomba, we seem to be looking to the right of screen. They've had a lot of field possession of St Brendan's. The majority of it's been on inside St Mary's territory. Slowing to play the ball down here, the Toowoomba side. Here's Hill. Still going is Hill. Finally rolled over in attack, and look how quickly he plays the ball. Dummy half, one-handed pick up here coming from Lasker, and Lasker almost gets to the try line. He's been denied by the defence. Thinks about rolling over, put the ball down. Changeover on the last.
It's as close as you get to scoring on the last tackle.
Well, he got it over there, just briefly, not on the line, but
that quick play, the ball really set that up for that play there. So, yeah, good early signs for St Brendan's. I'm sure St Mary's will be heartened by the fact that they know that a lot can happen in Confro in a short time as they bring it out from their own half.
There's half a gap there. I thought he'd gone through there. I think it was the fullback in Williamson, and it's going to be a penalty against the attacking side for a push against the marker.
We've seen that a couple of times in this carnival so far. We've seen the attacking side be penalised that way.
Yeah.
So whether that's been something that has been mentioned across all the coaches, just something they want to crack down on.
This could be a turning point. They go out the back. Hill bats it on. Knocked back, says the referee. It's been picked up now by Banjo Walker. Jeez, I'll tell you, it's Banjo Walker. He doesn't care what's in front of him. He just keeps going.
He's elusive, isn't he?
Isn't he? He goes backwards. Play on. Picked up by Miller. There's the offload. Dummy half comes Lasker. The offload there to Brunker. It's been dynamic. Hill puts a fend on. Still going as Hill. Takes the tackle. Wow, he's making things happen. To the left. Oh, comes up with an error. Has a Bo peeped as Callan Campbell.
Yeah, a quick look there. You can't blame him. There was opportunity there for Brendan's. But they were unable to execute that. But they're looking good. They've got nice shape there. Matthew Hill, you saw the little tip on there, a quality tip on at schoolboy level. Didn't get dividends, but it was good to see that happen. So now looking at some other games here, we've still got Marymount College 4 leading TCC 0. We've got another try, it looks like, for Ignatius Park. I can look down about 250 metres and see that they are kicking from in front of the post again. This would make it 16-0. Iggy Park have really been dominant these first 2 days of contract.
Well, heavy defence. Loses the footy in it as well. Wow. Halfback Jackson Miller. Little man on big man and comes up with an error, and they come from everywhere. He's probably got a headache now from getting the slap around the head. Well done. Look at this on the replay here. Drive. Look, just gets a left shoulder and then throws himself in the air to pull down Botra Stiven. So there you go. Yes, all grounds live streamed through Red Corner. A big shout out to Michael, who's in what we call the bunker and bringing you every game live on the Facebook and website page. Not an easy thing to do and keep an eye on. You think my job's hard? These guys are unbelievable. The camera guys have got to watch everything. I can turn around and have a drink of water. These guys can't take their hands off the cameras. It's outstanding what they do, along with our switches and Scotty in the bunker there. So 12 metres out from the try line. St Brendan's College, they lead 4-0 after a try after 5 minutes to Matthew Hill. They come to this right-hand side. I think they were supposed to go to Walker, and instead it's going to go to the back row there and Connor Hines, and Hines will stand in the tackle. I think Banjo Walker where's the ball? He was on his way to the try line, but I hadn't got to him because there was a player in the way. So Mary's defence hanging on grimly. No, not good enough this time. Try time to St Brendan's. He must have just got across the chalk.
And a well-deserved try to Brendan's. They did the turnover from that great bit of defence before, set themselves up for another attacking set, and they didn't want to waste it, as we see the replay, just a straight, beautiful short pass, and that's a big man's try. Just go ahead as far as you can. 4 defenders, if you don't mind, and he still plants the ball. So
Mitchell Baker.
St Brendan's will be feeling good about that. They played the game well. They've tried to play it down the right end of the field. St Mary's just having trouble getting out of that territory. So this kick would make it 10 points to 0, which would be the same score as we see at the moment at the field that has the most people on it. That's where St Pat's Mackay, the host team, are playing their quarterfinal against St Augustine's from Cairns. As that kick goes astray, so 8-0 here to St Brendan. St Pat's Mackay 10, St Augustine's 0. So we're seeing some early leads in these other games for now. So like you said, John, the Red Corner team do an unbelievable job. They have 6 fields going here that we show through the Confro website. The 6 fields have not missed a beat these whole 2 days. So we've been able to bring the coverage to viewers everywhere who are watching. We know we've got families and friends and school communities who will keep an eye on this, and the scoring, the clocks, and of course the continuous live stream have been magnificent. But a day off for everyone tomorrow.
Yes, most certainly, and hopefully most of those Red Corner folk who will be here on Thursday will make bail. Front up on, Caleb and Derek, Scotty, a few of the boys out there doing a great job. But it's really important, that conversion. I don't want to say I'm Nostradamus, I just feel that conversion just opens the door for St Mary's, because a converted try brings it back to within 2 points. They need field position, but look, they're not robots. They couldn't keep defending. They just kept getting pounded and pounded and pounded at the butcher stripes, and look, it was inevitable. So now they've got an opportunity now to have a good defensive set here and hopefully get themselves good field position at the back end of a 6 when they get the football back. So now it's the last. St Brendan's College Miller, kick over the top. Oh no, now Hill has knocked that on, so it'll be 2 knock-ons. The first obviously coming from, I'm going to say it's Cruz Williamson, the fullback. I could be wrong. No, it is Cruz. And on the way past, it was one of the St. Brendan's players. I don't know if you saw it. Just gave him a tap to say, bad luck, mate. Not rubbing it in, just saying, yeah, look, happens to the best of us. So, yeah, Hill thought he was on his way to a try, but not to be 8-0.
I just thought if you happen to knock a ball on the play you don't want to see trying to pick it up as Matthew Hill.
Exactly right.
Luckily for him, it wasn't to be on that occasion, but here they go. They're set deep on the left.
Hill's one of those. It goes to that man Hill, but he passes, not overplaying his hands with Ryan Keating, and Keating comes back to the field of play. By penalty count at the moment, he's only just thought 1 so far in favour of St. Mary's. The lock forward has a crack now on Groves, and Groves spinning and turning, going backwards to go forwards before he ends up falling on his face. He'll get up and play it. Familiar territory here for the men from St. Brendan's. Hill, cut out ball, Banjo Walker. Walker gets the ball and all tackle from Williamson. He's going to be pulled down 2 metres short of the try line. Dummy half here is Nixon. Goes in front of Hill. Miller, the prop forward. Try scorer, Mitchell Baker, denied this time. Dummy half is Green. Long ball. Cut out balls left, right and centre. They got numbers. Hill steps off the left, still going as Hill. Pops it back in the hands of Campbell. Campbell in turns rolls along. Is this the last tackle, or are they behind by 50? Crazy stuff. Baker, Baker trying to get to the try line to the 5 metres short. Now it's the last. Options left and right. They go to the right-hand side. It's with Jackson Miller. Double pump. Still going. Miller, flick pass. Goes over. Does he score the try? I think he does. Mackenzie Nixon. Oh, wonderful rugby league here at Confraternity 2022.
How about that for a Tuesday afternoon try? This was a quality try. They had the possession from the knock-on, but still, the dummy, the catch here, and look at the defence from St. Mary's. They're doing their very best, but they just can't hold that off. And the North Queensland Cowboys contracted Mackenzie Nixon gets the try and gives St. Brendan's a bit more breathing space here. They'll be happy with that as we close in on half-time.
Well, the thing I liked about that try is he got 6 sets of eyes. That flick pass went to, he didn't even look and found Nixon. Unbelievable.
Isn't it part of those combinations, though? And
correct.
Great schools like St. Brendan's with their rugby league history, they bring guys together, they play together and train together, and they just back their man to be there when they need them. Very good try.
Jackson Miller's going to have a crack at this one, and that's going to go. Now, that's an important kick. Doesn't get there, though. All right. Closing in on half-time. Do we see a short kick-off from St. Mary's? Have a look at this again. He doesn't even see him. There he goes, and he decides, okay, I'll just flick that. And that's incredible vision.
A pinpoint pass.
He still has to do some work here. Williamson tries to stop him, but he's unable to do so, and that's a crackerjack try. Short kick-off. Needs to bounce. It will end up in the hand of a St. Mary's player. Okay, here we go. 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Can the Butcher Stripes get across the line? Dummy half run from Jury. Stands in the tackle here. St. Brendan's, they want to keep their line intact. 20 metres out from the try line. 5 tackles to go. They'll only have 1 set and 1 crack. Schwenk will be pulled down 10 metres short. And a ball and all tackle there from Bulleye. Stretched out to the left-hand side. Ball and all tackle. Tried to get through there now to Tate Cameron, but he's going to be cut down. They're 11 short. Throwing another forward. Purser straightens the play. Purser driving with the legs. He's got 3 or 4 players all over the top. Now it's the last tackle. Which way do they go? They've got numbers to the right here. They get it out here. Oh, wobbly old pass. It's going to be dived on and tackled. That'll be changeover 12 metres out with 30 seconds remaining first half.
Yeah, there's a good chance for St. Mary's there. It was good to see them down at the right end of the field for them. St. Brendan's defence was up to it. We said they've only let in 2 tries in this tournament so far. So their defensive line has been very good, and they've backed themselves there again. Some players just coming up quickly in defence to shut it down. They chose well. Just around some other scores as well on field 2. The Cathedral College is ahead of Marymount now 12 points to 4. So 2 tries to the TCC guys. I'll be very happy about that. I can look to the far field and see Ignatius Park lining up for another conversion. So we know that they'll be leading that game. And of course we can see across to where field 5, where the biggest crowd of the day is here to see their home team, St. Pat's Mackay.
Kick over into the corner. The chase is coming through, and that will just beat everybody to the sideline, and half-time is looming.
St. Pat's Mackay 10 leading St. Augustine's 0 as well, so 10-0 to St. Pat's Mackay over St. Augustine's. And if we head across to field 6, where they may not have updated the score yet, but it is definitely another Ignatius Park try. 30 points to 0 Ignatius Park with a kick to come. So there is your Confro favourite right there.
Let somebody score, boys. Come on.
30 points to 0 kick to come. So this
and it's
is
half time. That's more than a point a minute.
So this continues.
152 points.
That's
so
what
far.
it is too. So
crazy.
That,
Siren hasn't gone here. Yeah, mate.
It won't worry these two teams because they will be on the other side of the draw by my very poor maths. The winner of the St. Pat's Mackay and St. Augustine's
look out
quarter-final will play most likely Ignatius Park College on Thursday.
Almost a chance for a 40-20. We'll see Hill come back. Hill skipping, dancing. He's going to, well, he can't stop two St. Brendan's players tackling, St. Mary's, I should say. That is half-time. And the scoreline of 12 points to 0. 3 unconverted tries. The first of Matthew Hill in the 5th minute. Mitchell Baker in the 12th minute, and then Mackenzie Nixon in the 17th minute has your scoreline of 12 points to 0. We'll be back with this second half. It's all to do for St. Mary's College in Toowoomba, and it's all up to Luke Dugan to conjure up an idea how to beat these guys from St. Brendan's. Back soon.
For me, it's an opportunity to learn without restrictions.
It's the coach I need to always improve my game.
It's being a brother to another.
It's the chance to perform at my highest potential.
It's understanding the importance of our historical community.
So what can St Edmunds do for you?
We are
Men of faith.
men of learning.
Men of humility.
We are
men of action.
We are
We are
We are St. Patrick's College, Shorncliffe.
Sunsets on day 2 and maybe on St. Mary's from Toowoomba. John Devine, Michael Crutcher joining you on field 1 for this final game of day 2. Michael Crutcher, how do you see it playing out?
Well, I would be quite confident that this St. Brendan's team knows what happens in Bundaberg 3 years ago. They understand that in Bundaberg 3 years ago at half-time they led the quarter-final 18-0. as you correctly pointed out. This time, they don't lead by that margin, but they didn't advance to the semi-finals 3 years ago. We haven't played a quarter-final since.
Who from St Brendan's in the coaching staff was there then?
I think Scott Minto
Scotty
was part of
Minto
it, Dallas
there?
Williams most definitely.
All right.
So these guys know that it was a day that hurt, because they knew they had a team that was capable of playing in semi-finals that year. So they've been trying to do their best to move their way through this time. And at the moment, I think probably the 4 teams that will be favourites to win these quarterfinals, and it's very hard, but we talk about probably Brendan's, Cathedral College at Rocky, Ignatius Park College, Townsville, and St Pat's Mackay are all in front at half-time. So the test is for the other teams to get past them. And if they don't get past them, I think we'll have just blockbuster semi-finals on Thursday. But let's see what St Mary's can do. It's Confro, it's schoolboy footy, and it's Tuesday afternoon of Confro, so anything can happen. We've seen it so many times.
So a short pass of rampaging Mitchell Baker. I saw Sebastian Nona, a synonymous name in rugby league in the north of Queensland, the name Nona. Here's a chance charging through there as Bulleye, and Bulleye! Somebody stop him, he's running all the way to Harrop Park there. Easy as you like, and in the first minute after the break, they extend their lead to 16-0 with a kick to come, Michael.
Oh, and Scott Minto, Dallas Williams and his team will love that. Lovely little short ball, ran the hole very nicely. You can't stop a guy with that speed and size so close to the line. So a very good start for St Brendan's. They didn't manage to score in that second half 3 years ago. They've come straight out and scored, and with the kick here likely to go to an 18-0 lead. So what a way to start.
Will that be one of the finest moments for Padua, though, in confraternity, that win?
Oh, a massive time for Padua. That was, they've won the championship before. They won the Shield 2005 with a very good team. Yeah, that was a big moment. I've always put that down to Scotty Breen, the legend from Shalom, part of the coaching staff there. Scotty touches it, it turns to gold.
Could be.
That was probably an afternoon too. People who've watched Confro a long time just say that there was something that they didn't think they'd see. But as we see a replay of that very good try there. So this is what I mean. It's this Tuesday afternoon. You ask any of these coaches, they always look at it and go, I hope we have got stamina. I hope we haven't got too many injuries. And I hope that we can get past this Tuesday afternoon and get to...
And look, there's going to be an error here. Just quickly touch on that. The players are disappointed, but it's the coaching staff. Did I manage the bench right? Did I manage the players right? There's so much doubt going inside the head of the coaches and the coaching staff when there's a loss like that. The boys take it to heart as well, but the coaching staff are one going, did I do the bench wrong? Did we do something wrong in this? And it's, why would you be a coach unless you've lost a serious bet? I don't get it. The words of the redhead fish and chip shop owner. Please explain.
That's right.
I spit all across the commentary box here. We might have to get the window wiper now. Scrum held, says the referee. We had to wait till that ball came out. So they really needed to be the next to score. St Mary's. They've had very little footy. They're doing a lot of defending. It's with Ayers. Ayers is still going. Ayers trying to get away from the hands of Connor Hines. Rolls over in the tackle, 10 metres out from the try. They need some more of these back row runners. And I hate to say, but they need these nimble-footed backs to actually weave between these forwards if they can do so. Mary's numbered out to the right-hand side. That's the way they're going to Nash. Short ball, try time, and the back rower, Zach Brown, goes over and blows this game wide apart.
Well, we spoke about the unforced errors before, or the forced errors, a turnover coming out of that try-scoring set for St Brendan's, sets it up for Mary's. Only the third try that St Brendan's has conceded all tournament so far. It was very well set up. That'll give them a bit of a spring in their step. And hey, let's see, 18-0 last time. It's now 18-4. Kick to come. as we look far afield, and I can see a long way down. It looks like Ignatius Park College is standing behind its line down there. It looks to me as though Iona's walking back, which means that could be the first try against Ignatius Park in this carnival. But that's a long way away from me. But you talk about coaches and coaches trying to get it right. I spoke to Steve Lansley last night, the Ignatius Park coach. He said, I am really concerned about today. I am genuinely concerned about Ignatius Park getting through to the semi-finals. Well, so far, before that try, it is a try to Iona. They're now about 152-4, so you wouldn't take a tip off Steve Lansley, would you?
No. But why would you take a bet on rugby league at confraternity? As you said, anything can happen. So this conversion, very important, because they need to reduce this deficit. Goes to the left, unfortunately, but so 4 tries to 1. Importantly, as we mentioned that game of 2019, that the tries came into the calculations, because these need to be decided, because it's sudden death to a degree, isn't it? So we need to get a result.
It is just on some other fields. TCC, Cathedral College 14 leading Marymount 4 on their Field 2 quarter-final, and if we go to Field 5 for the home team, St Pat's Mackay, as play resumes here. St Pat's Mackay playing their quarter-final, and that ball goes straight through everyone. So trying to get these return sets is proving a bit troublesome for these teams, but St Pat's Mackay with another try and now leading their quarter-final 20 points to 0 against St Augustine. So the home team may be able to start penciling in a semi-final date here, which will do their support as well, because there's some reunions happening here Thursday night, so it'll be good to have St Pat's Mackay in the semi-final.
Flying through, Hill knocks it on, play on. Was he taken out in mid-air? No, says the referee. So St Mary's feeling pretty lucky that error underneath the goalpost from the kickoff doesn't cost them any points.
Matthew Hill limping back here into his fullback position, and that is not something that Scott Minto, Dallas Williams or the crew will want to see. He is probably St Brendan's will want Matthew Hill moving without any issues at all, because he could be the critical player for them going into Thursday.
It came about from contesting that line dropout as well, so hopefully he's just a bit of a zinger and he can walk it out. It's with Darcy Carswell. Penalty late in the tackle count, so unbelievable.
So there's no one out with Matthew Hill yet. He's still hobbling around like you, John, when you wake up in the morning after a 100-metre run.
Yeah.
But
I'll have you know I lift 110 kilos every morning out of bed. I've got the flexibility of a barbecue plate, I'm afraid. So here we go now. It's with Carswell. From my penalty count, it's only the 3 penalties, 2 of them going to St Mary's so far. First one of this half just coming then. Schwenk. Schwenk will get up, play it 15 out from the try line. If they score this try, the ghosts of 2019 might pop up here. It's with Bailey Nash. He's tackled there by Zach Sainsbury. Try scorer goes in Zach Brown, and Zach Brown tries to run in between 2 shoulders. One of those tackled there is Mitchell Baker, who's also scored a try. They go to the left-hand side, has to wait for that pass, kick into the in-goal area. Nobody knows about it. Hill has to fix it up. Hill's still staggering, and he goes into the dead ball line, so that'll be a line drop out here now for St Brendan's.
There's a good turnaround from St Mary's, because that restart kick went over the dead ball line. They managed to get it back from the line dropout and get down there and put in an attacking kick on the last, and here they are with a dropout chance.
They need to drop further back here to St Mary's, because this will go some metres. And I'm wrong again.
Geez, you put the mocker on.
Didn't I?
Dropout.
It wasn't a great kick anyway.
Oh!
Simpkin, he's just come onto the park. And now he's trying to remember his birth date. So St Mary's 11 out from the try line. They're peppering. Can St Brendan's hang on? The prop forward goes to Craig Swanky, and Swanky 8 metres short. He's been there before. Timms is a dummy half. They go to the left-hand side. They're going to put it through the hands. Trying to get through there is Nash. And Bailey Nash! Nash goes over and scores, and Bailey Nash, he's opened it up as well. 2 tries in the space of 5 minutes. Oh,
Bailey Nash, the St Mary's captain, he's playing in the 6th jersey for St Mary's. He played in the centres for the Western Clydesdales in the Malmaninga Cup Under-18 competition. Nice little step. Just gets outside his man and has the ability just to get through, get over a try that Matthew Hill will be proud of with the way he moved through that. And that's a nice effort. Bailey Nash is really important to St Mary's. He's got a calm head out there, the Malmaninga Cup scouts say. A player who works hard at both ends of the field. He did so there. He's worked hard there and he's got his team over. He's got the right side of the field to score on with his breeze as well. If you're trying to get that ball to the goal line, that's the side of the field you want to kick from.
So the sun's not going to come into play for this conversion attempt. Still got 10 minutes of footy to go. I think I took my heart pills, although I am the Tin Man. I have no heart.
I was going to say, when did you get one of those? They'll do you no good.
Well, you'd be surprised what you can get at Meet Me at Billy's. Conversion looks pretty good. It's good enough, all right. 2 points in the bank, 18-10. Oh,
wow.
Look out, Michael Crutcher. How good.
We said before, you don't know what happens on a Tuesday afternoon, and
there's a big hit. Good work from Tyler, our producer, to show us that one again. That's absolute magic. Holy smokes. Well,
just some of these other fields at the moment. We've got Iggy Park 30 leading Iona 4. St Pat's Mackay is 22 leading St Augustine's yet to score in the other quarterfinal on field 4, where we have a very good juggling catch from the restart. On field 2, TCC 14, Marymount College 4. So that score unchanged as we're getting very deep now into these quarterfinals.
You saw that big hit before. I don't think that's going to be the last one either, especially from St Brendan's. They're not happy. And at the moment, St Mary's have got a spring in their step. That's the 30-metre line of the third tackle. The spread out. They're going to go blindside. Marker defence not quite square. Takes advantage of that. They're numbered out to the right-hand side, St Mary's. Jury loses the footy, suggesting it's been stripped. The tackle there was Jet Mannion. So,
and the touch judge on this side unmoved on that is another great shot.
That one coming from Swanky. Hello. It's not going to stop. I think that's Swanky again around the ankles. Pulls down to Fida Panea. Dummy half front here from Tommy Green. Tommy Green makes some metres and Green pulled down 12 metres out from the try line, and a good tackle there from Zach Brown. They go to the blind side. Hill seems to have recovered, trying to reach out and score. Long ball. They've got a back line, but that's a long way between passes, and that's going to be grabbed, knocked on. First knock on, 6 to go.
Yeah, wasn't that a critical play there? St Mary's could have almost grabbed that, but difficult. The sun was there, ball was bouncing, and St Brendan's can restart here and get a pretty settled attacking set.
This is the most critical part of the game here. If St Brendan's go over, I think it might be all over for St Mary's. So
Well, looking at
defend.
Matthew Hill coming across to the right here.
Doesn't matter, doesn't need Hill. Try time, and it's going to be that man in Connor Hines, the number 12. We see so many tries from back rows, and here's another one.
I reckon every St Brendan supporter watching this now would be very relieved at that try. They're past 18. I was looking at Hill sweeping around because you think that Matthew Hill can be a game breaker in these situations. He was sweeping around to the right, but you didn't need that. Instead, the pass hits the forward, running back in, straight across. Nice try to St Brendan's.
You saw him running around there. So did St Mary's. All right, so they're looking at their game changer. I'm not saying that's what caused a lack in defence here, but that's given them something to think, hang on, is he going to go out to that right-hand side or that left-hand edge of the fence there? And
well, that's right. That's what a player of Matthew Hill's calibre does. I think we saw him from memory. I still remember a try he scored against St Pat's Mackay last year when we were commentating at Iona. It was a brilliant try from memory. So, yeah, he's a player who can do that. I'm sure St Pat's Mackay are heading to a quarter-final date right now with...
Well, this conversion is very important to take it out to 14.
Yeah, so Pat's Mackay with Ignatius Park coming through that. St Brendan's here will be playing TCC. if the leads don't change here.
Conversion successful. So 6 minutes remaining.
Now, over on field 2, it looks to me as though Marymount College have scored, and they scored in front of the post. So there's a kick to make it 14-10 here to...
Sorry,
Yeah,
look at that big
that was
shot.
a great shot, wasn't it?
Swank.
So a kick to make it 14-10 to TCC. So we've got action going on a bunch of different fields here at the moment.
See some Padua faithful walking past. They've got a fair idea what the result over there is going to be. And here we go. St Brendan's, they score a try. They want to put it out of reach. 24 points to 10. Like I said, that conversion very, very important. Even 2 converted tries won't be enough here for St Mary's. They've got to score 3 times.
Just a forward pass there as well. I did see the Padua coaching staff walking past, but miss Scott Breen among that group. He's probably scouting already for Thursday, such as his dedication to Contro, and there's plenty of coaches out here having a sneak peek for Thursday. But I guess the service that Red Corner Productions provide is that tonight, as it was last night, every game today is available for all coaching staff to watch from across every one of the 6 fields. So they can all watch tonight, watch tomorrow, as we see a bruising run here.
Out. Here he goes, Zachy Brown. Zach Brown doesn't look back, and he's absolutely murdered somebody on the way through here. He's lost the footy. Penalty for a strip against Hill.
And you needed the speed of Matthew Hill to come back there. That was an under 6, under 8 movement there, just bursting straight through like you see at about the 8 a.m. Saturday morning or Sunday morning games there. Burst straight through. And it needed Hill to come back. And look at this, if you don't mind. Just brute power. Getting straight through that defence. And this looked for all money like a try. And look at Hill have to get the wheels going. He's got pace, Matthew Hill. We know that. He got there.
They're just checking out Callum Campbell there, who's the man who was in the way of that train.
Yeah, and they'll hope that he's okay. He's walking off. He looks okay as he comes off.
Yeah.
But there's very strict HIA protocols here. They're done extremely well here with 6 games in the space of 5 total days. You've got to have really good protocols, so that'll all be looked after to make sure it's all good as we go again here.
Brown wants another try. They get one now, and, well, anything could happen, but maybe a bridge too far. Spinning and turning there is Darcy Goodman. Goodman takes the tackle there of Hayden Franks. 5 out. To the left they go. Puts a grubber kick in there. There's Jury, and there's going to be dived on. It's going to be picked up in the in goal area by a St Brendan's player, and that will be a line dropout.
Yeah, knock on ruled first there on Brendan, so... Yeah, they've got to score pretty much straight away. We know, as we say here, that the clock, you're never quite sure when it's going to sound. You have a rough idea, but that exact second, you don't quite know. You can be 20, 30 seconds out. On field 2, we can see that TCC are pressing the Marymount line. They lead by 4 points here with minutes to go, and they're on the last tackle on field 2. So a very good restart there from Brennan's.
So St Mary's... So points for and against don't matter now. It's clearly just a win-loss situation.
A win-loss situation. So the 4 teams that win. Now, if we have a draw, we'll obviously go to the count-back measures that we've seen in previous confros. But probably the game of the most interest in terms of how close it is that TCC Marymount game right now. Marymount 10 metres out from its own line, behind by 4.
So the thing that probably Scott Minto would want is to hold St Mary's out, go all the way to the 40th minute. Here he is, Brown, he just needs to get the footy down. He's got the footy down. Oh, he's a crazy man. And Zach Brown, try and stop me. That's the 3rd time he's had a big run. 2 of them been tries. One of them's just absolutely run over the top of Callum Campbell. But a try there to Zach Brown. Look at that.
Oh, and he keeps the legs pumping. He deserved that try. Brendan's doing their very best to hold him out, but that's one very determined edge runner. He's been very good in attack for them, and I'm certainly glad it's Brendan's guys and not you or I out there trying to stop that.
There you go. There you go. So give my regards to the try line.
Looking down far right there where there's no scoring plays in the Iona Ignatius Park game as the John Devine chopper lands to take him back to his resort after this game. St Pat's Mackay still leading as this conversion is taken.
That chopper also has blue and white checks on it, by the way. That resort has got bars on it.
And we've got a player down here for TCC as the replay of the try shown, but TCC have a player down. What that means is there's no time off, so while the players help from the field, play on field 2 just halts. So it's still TCC by 4 with not long to go as Brendan's kicks long on the restart.
Oh, how do you stop that? That's a deucerer. It was supposed to spin the other way, but it went the other way.
It did. It was a leg break in the end, the way that it bounced and turned from leg to off.
On drop out and closing in on full time on our clock. It won't be too far out. Shortish kick off, goes to 10. Hill flies, takes it to Phil. Full-time siren blows. He looks to try and get the offload, and he doesn't do so. He gets face planted. That will be full-time. And it's a win. So St. Brendan's College will progress. St. Mary's College, they came back in the second half. The scoreline was 18-0. They won the second half 14 points to 6, but they didn't win the game. Tries to Matthew Hill, Mackenzie Nixon, Mitchell Baker, Connor Hines, and Felipe Bulli. And for St. Mary's, Bailey Nash and a double to Zach Brown gives you your scoreline of 24 points to 14.
Well done to St. Brendan's. We mentioned 2019. They've overcome that. They deserved that win. St. Mary's were excellent as well. We saw some wonderful tries from St. Mary's. But St. Brendan's go through to the semi-finals on Thursday. The other games are over. St. Pat's Mackay advanced, so does Ignatius Park on field 2. We've got a cliffhanger. On field 2, the siren has gone. Marymount College are down 14 to 10. They're about 25 out from the try line. They have one play here. They have a tap after the siren. John, you can take it away. They're heading left, Marymount.
All right, so put it through the hands here, straight in the play, and that's the last tackle. They pop it out the back. Still keeping a line, Barry Mack. Options, a long ball. That's forward by a mile, and that is the end. You would think that play on, says the referee. They haven't seen it. This is enterprising stuff here from Mary Mack. Mary Mack, options down the right-hand side. Needs to get the offload. Tossed in a touch, is he? Yes, and that's full time, so a win there to TCC, but they tried their best at the back end. They did Mary Mack.
Oh, well, 3 years ago, Marymount came from the clouds to beat Marish Ashgrove to make the semis for the first time. They almost did it there again. TCC hold firm. So our semi-finalists in the Confro Shield, we will have some cracking semi-finals here Thursday. By my rough maths, we'll have from this side of the draw, St. Brendan's will take on TCC. Or St. Brendan's will take on TCC. Ignatius Park College will come up against St. Pat's Mackay.
How good.
That is my guess. There is. I'll have to go and double check those. But
check the website later on.
They're the 4 quarter-finalists. St. Brendan's, Cathedral College, Ignatius Park College, St. Pat's Mackay. 3 of them former champions. TCC haven't won the Shield before. They've been very close on occasion. So, wow, that's going to be a blockbuster afternoon on Thursday. Can't wait.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up here, day 2. Enjoy the day off, everyone, but get ready for what's going to be a blockbuster of 2 days of rugby league. Michael Crutcher, thank you for your time today. Thank you to Peter Elmore and also to Brian Pollock for their inclusions in commentary today. And look forward to seeing you on Thursday, mate.
Can't wait. Have a good rest day.
Stay classy, my man. See ya.